The Philippines has been rocked by a series of arrests related to espionage. Authorities apprehended a Chinese national and 2 Filipino citizens. They are suspected of engaging in espionage activities. These activities targeted critical infrastructure, including sensitive military installations. The arrests have sent shockwaves through the Philippines and raised serious concerns about national security. The arrests come at a time of heightened tensions between the Philippines and China. The two nations are locked in a dispute over territory in the South China Sea. The Philippines has accused China of militarizing the region. China, in turn, has accused the Philippines of escalating tensions. The arrests are a reminder of the growing threat of espionage. Countries around the world are increasingly targeting each other for intelligence. This is especially true in the realm of cyber espionage. The Philippines is no exception. The country has been the target of several high-profile cyber attacks in recent years. The Philippine government is taking the threat of espionage seriously. It has taken steps to strengthen its cybersecurity. The government is also working to raise awareness of the threat of espionage among its citizens. At the heart of this espionage case is Deng Yuanqing, a Chinese national. Deng is a software engineer by profession. He is suspected of being the ringleader of the espionage operation. Philippine authorities allege that Deng worked with 2 Filipino accomplices. Their identities have not been released to the public. The suspects were apprehended in a carefully coordinated operation. Philippine law enforcement agencies had been tracking the suspects for several months. They were finally arrested after authorities gathered enough evidence to secure warrants. The arrests were made without incident. Details about the suspects' backgrounds are slowly emerging. Deng is believed to have entered the Philippines on a tourist visa. He then overstayed his visa. It is unclear how long he had been living in the country prior to his arrest. The Filipino suspects are believed to have been recruited by Deng. The arrests have sent shockwaves through the Filipino-Chinese community. Many are concerned about the potential for backlash. The Philippine government has urged the public not to jump to conclusions. They have stressed that the suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Adding another layer of complexity to the case are the alleged ties between Deng Yuanqing and the Chinese military. Philippine intelligence officials claim that Deng has direct links to the People's Liberation Army. These allegations, if proven true, could have significant diplomatic ramifications. According to sources within the Philippine military, Deng is believed to be a graduate of a university affiliated with the PLA. This university is known for its programs in engineering and computer science. It is a breeding ground for some of China's top military minds. The alleged connection to the PLA raises serious concerns about the motives behind the espionage operation. Was Deng acting on behalf of the Chinese government, or was he operating independently? These are questions that Philippine investigators are working tirelessly to answer. The Chinese government has denied any involvement in the espionage case. They have accused the Philippines of fabricating evidence. However, the allegations have strained relations between the two countries. The Philippines has recalled its ambassador from Beijing. Section 4. A trail of surveillance and stolen data. Central to the espionage investigation is the evidence of a sophisticated surveillance operation. Philippine authorities have uncovered a trove of data that points to extensive monitoring of critical infrastructure. This data includes photographs, videos, and maps. The suspects allegedly utilized advanced surveillance equipment to carry out their operation. This equipment included high-resolution cameras, GPS trackers, and sophisticated listening devices. The equipment was smuggled into the Philippines undetected. The suspects are accused of conducting surveillance on a range of sensitive targets. These targets included military bases, power plants, and government buildings. The suspects allegedly gathered detailed information about these targets, including their layouts, security protocols, and personnel. The stolen data could pose a significant threat to Philippine national security. It could be used to plan attacks, sabotage infrastructure, or gather intelligence on Philippine military capabilities. Philippine authorities are working to assess the full extent of the damage. Section 5. Strategic targets in the crosshairs. The alleged espionage operation targeted a range of strategic locations across the Philippines. These targets were not chosen randomly. They were carefully selected for their strategic importance. This suggests a deliberate and calculated effort to gather intelligence on key Philippine assets. Among the targets were several military bases. These bases are home to a significant portion of the Philippine armed forces. They also house sensitive military equipment, including fighter jets, warships, and missile systems. The information gathered on these bases could be used to plan a military strike. Power plants were also on the list of targets. These plants provide electricity to millions of Filipinos. An attack on a power plant could cripple the country's economy and cause widespread chaos. The suspects may have been gathering information on these plants in order to sabotage them. Government buildings, including the presidential palace and the headquarters of various government agencies, were also targeted. These buildings house sensitive information about the Philippine government's operations. The suspects may have been seeking to steal this information or to gather intelligence on key government officials. Section 6. Philippines bolsters security and response. In the wake of the espionage arrests, the Philippines has wasted no time in bolstering its security measures. The government has implemented a series of measures aimed at preventing future breaches. These measures are designed to protect critical infrastructure and sensitive information. Security has been significantly increased at all military installations across the country. This includes increased patrols, enhanced surveillance, and stricter access controls. The government is also investing in new security technologies, such as facial recognition software and drone detection systems. The government has also ordered a review of security protocols at all critical infrastructure sites. This includes power plants, airports, seaports, and telecommunications facilities. The goal is to identify any weaknesses in security and to implement measures to address them. Cybersecurity is also a top priority. The government is working to strengthen its cyber defenses to protect against cyber attacks. This includes investing in new cybersecurity technologies and training government employees on cybersecurity best practices. Section 7. The shadow of the South China Sea. The espionage arrests have cast a long shadow over the already tense relationship between the Philippines and China. The two countries have been embroiled in a territorial dispute in the South China Sea for decades. This dispute has become increasingly heated in recent years. China claims sovereignty over almost the entire South China Sea. This claim is disputed by several Southeast Asian countries, including the Philippines. The Philippines has accused China of militarizing the region and of engaging in aggressive behavior towards Philippine vessels. The espionage arrests have added fuel to the fire. The Philippines sees the arrests as further evidence of China's willingness to violate its sovereignty. China, on the other hand, has accused the Philippines of using the arrests as an excuse to stir up anti-China sentiment. The espionage arrests underscore the importance of the South China Sea dispute. The dispute is not just about territory, it is also about control of vital shipping lanes, fishing grounds, and potential oil and gas reserves. The arrests are a reminder that the stakes are high in the South China Sea.